Once a year, a familiar cry echoes around the hills of Dorset, and it's answered by a sound that delights the children, the unmistakable voice of steam. Santa's little helpers are on their way. In the weeks leading up to Christmas, the region's steam railways are working flat out. Santa specials are some of the busiest trains of the year for lines like the Swanage railway, and every Christmas it gets a little busier.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hello, who have we got here really? Well, there's a baby, and how old's this little person? He's 2. I'll add 2 little presents then, thank you. Hope you like that. That's for you. Thank you. I'll see you again soon. See you again soon. Merry Christmas to everyone.
This is the season of the year when the volunteer railways do their finest work. In the bleak midwinter, a 5 o'clock start at the engine shed is a real labour of love. On a freezing Sunday morning, the big freight engine Harry A. Frith is rostered for duty. The Santa special train will have a steam engine at each end to make it easier to run up and down the line. The shed staff work as quietly as possible, knowing that anyone with any sense in Swanage is still fast asleep. It'll be 4 hours between striking the first match and putting the engine into service. The cleaners who do the dirty work are at the bottom of a promotion ladder that hopefully leads to engine driver. The crew room is a place where time stands still. But for the crew, there's hardly time for a cup of tea. 200 tons of engine need cleaning when it's lighted. That will include getting underneath.
Ain't looking forward to it, but we'll get on and do it.
Among the driver's duties are oiling and checking every moving part, making sure the huge machines are safe. The lives of 1,000 children will be entrusted to these engine men today.
I've always hankered after this sort of work. Even when I was born, my mother said I was in a hurry. See me first train.
Freezing sludge from the ash pan seeps into their boots, but they don't want payment.
They're all volunteers. Yeah, they all do it because they love it. Yeah, they all do it. But it's quite a strict regime, because there is a distinct pecking order as to when you first start, what you're allowed to do and what you can't do. And you progress through the ranks, and eventually, hopefully, one day you might make a driver.
This engine was one of a class of heavy freight locomotives built for the Southern Railway. In the VR era, they were painted black. The Harry A. Frith nameplate is a recent addition, in memory of a legendary Eastleigh railwayman. As the engine slinks into Swanage station, in its rather glamorous retirement role, the customers are already queuing up. Nearly every seat on every train has been sold. The Swanage Railway, in spite of manpower shortages, is one of the great success stories of the preservation movement. It manages to run a remarkably efficient service, with a frequency and with a range of motive power far greater than was ever known on the Isle of Purbeck in Southern Region days. Then it was just one tank engine that lived in a little shed at Swanage.
Of course, acting way beyond what the original design was for this shed. It was originally a 7 on a branch line, and the engine was just stabled here. And then, of course, it went back to Bournemouth depot every few days, every few weeks for its washouts and any maintenance. Whereas we're in fact running 5 mainline locos out of this shed, and also trains every 35 minutes.
The single-track railway is something of a switchback line. A metal country lane winding up from sea level through a gap in the Purbeck Hills and back down towards Ware.
The road is not, in railway terms, demanding, but is nevertheless quite interesting, because it is a climb immediately you leave Swanage. You get into Hurston 1 in 78, and 1 in 78 is quite stiff. And you can get the engine working quite hard, although of course there's more severe gradients on other railways in the country. You get to Harman's Cross, which is the highest point on the railway, and the track then drops down into Corfe Castle and then rises again up to North. And of course it does continue to rise again at 1 in 78 up to Woodpecker Cutting and onwards to what will eventually be our main line connection. Operationally, there's a locomotive at either end, and this is done from ease of operation from our point of view, in that we've got 6 carriages on, and it means we don't have to run around, and we can just shuffle backwards and forwards. The driver at the front controls the brake, and both drivers drive their engines together, so both locomotives are applying equal power.
But what does the man in the middle of it all think of the Santa Specials?
I should say they're very popular. We seem to be carrying more passengers each year, and the loadings are going up, and we think people like it. How old's this young lady?
She's
Just over 2, so we'll have one of these or something. That's for you. Thank you. And who have we got over this side? Hello. Nice to see you. What's your name? How do you go? I walk through the train with the presents, and I'll meet the people, and they stay in their seats, and the children see me, and we give them sherry and mince pies. Grown-ups have sherry and mince pies. Children have presents, and they seem to enjoy it. Same has to walk along the train. I walk along the train each time as a journey, and we carry quite a lot of passengers, and I think everyone enjoys it that way. Thank you. What's your name? And how old are you?
How old are you? 2.
She's 2.
The parents all seem to agree that Santa plus Steve adds up to a winning combination.
Well, it's just, this is his first Christmas where he's really sort of sussed who Father Christmas is and understands it this year, so it means quite a lot to him really. He's enjoying it, he's really enjoying it. He loves trains.
He isn't the only one who loves trains. Boys of all ages enjoy playing with trains. There's 2 more of them on the footplate of engine number 828.
We're off, Headwater. Get the damper open so we get some air under the fire. I'm pouring her up so I can get a bit more steam in the steam chest. No, these are out again now.
They were designed as a freight loco, and the 828 was, I think, built in 1926 as a freight engine, and it was based mainly at Salisbury, although it did come to Bournemouth occasionally. 828 was rescued from Barry and taken to Eastleigh, originally, I think, to be mounted on a plinth as a tribute to the railway's efforts over the years, but then it developed into full restoration and then eventually mainline running.
Water now being injected into the boiler.
Never shut off!
Open the door. Keep the smoke down, cool the fire a bit. really lucky it won't blow up.
Alongside the Santa specials, the Swanage Railway has also started using diesel multiple units to bring Christmas shoppers into town. The two trains pass at Herman's Cross. They represent an endless enthusiasm to improve the service to the public.
It's an obsession, just an absolute obsession. My wife will tell you that. It's just the love of it all. All things mechanical and predictably steam. You know, it's just the wanting to make it work every day.